How Marion Works, a podcast series dedicated to informing you of the inner workings in all areas of Marion government and public services. Thank you for listening. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 15 of How Marion Works. I'm your host, Layla Price-Bodkin, joined by my dedicated co-host, Lillian Harshaw.
Your one and only.
Thank you. We are alternating focus today between city leaders and local businesses this season. So for this standout episode, we are bringing in the corporation of Marion Community Schools. So today we'd like to give a special welcome to Superintendent Stephanie Lockwood and Human Resource Director April Evans. Welcome both of you to the show.
Thank you, ladies. We're happy to be here.
Thank you so much. Yes. This is very exciting. I've been really looking forward to this episode.
Me too.
Yeah, so Lillian, let's take it away with a little icebreaker.
Okay. I don't know if y'all listen to the podcast at all. Have y'all? Have you? If you haven't, you're going to start. Okay. So how it goes is I will ask the question to Layla first. That way it will give you two time to think of your answers, and then you take turns answering, and then I answer last. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Here we go. You ready, Layla?
I'm ready.
Okay. If you can be in the Olympics in any category, which category would you be in and why?
Okay. Well, I started out in gymnastics, but I didn't really do, I did those, the parallel bars, but it wasn't like, I guess it's okay to watch. I want to do something, if it's something that I wish I was good at or wish that I could be a part of and just kind of dream, I would do the downhill wake skiing that they did just recently where they were totally just going downhill, and then there would be like a lip and they would do a backflip, and then there would be another one, and then they would do another flip or trick. It was amazing. It was really fun to watch, and I can just I wish I could just do that.
Okay, so I'm dreaming Winter Olympics. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, Winter Olympics, and I would totally do the downhill wake. I can wakeboard in real life, but
really,
yes, but that thing.
I know that about you.
It's exciting. It's exciting to watch, but if I wipe out, boy, that would
be
hurt.
Jacked up. Yeah. Okay, ladies, which one want to go first?
I can.
Okay. All right. Stephanie.
My first initial answer to get to that is swimming. Okay. Because I swam on a swim team from the time I was 5 until I was 18.
Yeah.
But I am also a little bit of a thrill seeker. Mm-hmm. So I think if I were younger and I could train for it, I'd like to bobsled.
Ooh, yeah, that's fun. Yeah, you're a dreamer. Like that.
Jamaican bob.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Hey, it's pretty easy, though. You have to run. Actually, it's not very easy. I was like, isn't that pretty easy? You just get in there and do it. But I heard that it's very difficult.
And dangerous.
Very, very fast. I can remember going to Park City in Utah where the Winter Olympics was at one point in time. And they let you walk on the track that the bobsleds go on. And it was... So it was a pretty amazing sight, but as a thrill seeker, I think that would be kind of fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
So you like roller coasters and things like that. Okay. I do like roller coasters. All right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, April.
You ready?
She's
ready.
Much braver than I.
Okay.
They know my stories. I'm a little prissy.
So, okay, well, then
bobsled wouldn't be my jam. But I'll tell you, funny story. I used to tell my mom when I was little, loved to swim, right? My mom is 4'10". I'm 5'3", and I have nieces that are 4 and 5 years old whose legs are as long as mine. I used to tell my mom I wanted to synchronized swim. She would be like, girl, you're too short. Nobody would ever see it. So if I could be, I would be taller, and I'd be a synchronized swimmer.
Oh, I used to love those old movies with the synchronized swimmers in it. I used to love watching those, but I can't swim.
Well, you would never see my legs out of the shallow end, so that would be a very good dream.
Yeah, I always say I'm a Pisces and can't swim.
Okay, so that's out for yours. You can't do anything that's water related for your Olympic answer.
I have two. So my first one would be gymnastics, but I would really want to focus on the floor dancing.
Yes,
that would be my thing because I'm like, I always love dancing now, so I'm like. That I will be all over that dance floor. They'd be like, "Is that regulation? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get 10 across the board."
That's the one with the ribbon, right?
Yeah. Well, they do ribbon and they just do like regular but I will be all over the floor dancing. And my second one will be ice skating.
Yes.
Even though I can roller skate, but I can't ice skate. And I remember I asked my parents for a pair of ice skates. Never got to the ice. But they bought me ice skates.
You can ice skate. If you can roller skate,
Yeah.
you can ice skate.
Yeah, but I was like, that's how spoiled I was. Y'all bought me some ice skates and never took me to a rink. But just because I said I wanted them, y'all got them for me. And they were nice, too.
That's love.
You got to put them to use.
Yeah.
Do you still have them? Oh, this was when you were
I
really
was
young.
little. Yeah. Ain't no telling where them things are. Somebody got them.
Aw.
I walked around the house in them. I remember that. And then I remember my mom, like, what are you doing? Because those blades are so sharp. And so,
Yeah.
you know, terribly on them in the kitchen. Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't get to get on any ice.
I will not get on skates anymore. After roller skating one time and falling on my tailbone, it took me 6 months to get over that. I just don't want to go out there anymore.
Or you was scared to get back on the roller skates? Cause
I was
6
hurt,
months.
but I was also scared
Oh, okay.
that it'll happen again.
Okay, but now I keep telling myself I'm gonna go back in the rink because
fun.
Yeah.
I miss skating. But okay,
All right. I guess I'm going to need to start our show with some fun questions, but it's, just getting to know you guys. So we'll alternate. And we would just love to get a brief background for each of you, where you were born and raised, your education background, and your brief career background leading to today. So, Stephanie, let's start with you.
Okay. I am lifelong Grant County resident. I was born in Marion, Indiana. So I've lived here my entire life. I graduated from Mississinawa High School. I've got 4 kids. So my 2 older children graduated from Mississinawa. My 2 younger children graduated from Marion.
nice.
So my family moved to Marion my senior year in high school. So I have 2 brothers that also graduated from Marion High School. So, so I graduated from high school in 1988, went to Ball State, got my teaching license, came back and taught in the county. I was a secondary English teacher for 12 years before I went into the administrative world. So started off as an assistant principal at the high school. I've been a high school principal. I've been an elementary school principal. Then I came to Marion and took a job as principal of McCalla, and that was during COVID.
Wow.
So then in March of COVID, the superintendent also made me principal of Justice. So for 2.5 years, I was principal of both McCalla and Justice.
Okay.
And then after that, I became assistant superintendent in charge of curriculum. And then I'm starting into my 3rd year as superintendent at Marion Community Schools. So, and I just finished my doctorate in December. So,
Congratulations.
So 30,
Nice.
32 years in education. I come from a family of educators. My dad was a teacher at Marion. My mom taught at Mississinawa.
Yeah.
So education's been a part of my blood my entire life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. So you do have a couple of those kids. They went to Marion.
Yes,
So
my
they
2
graduated
daughters.
a while back.
My one daughter graduated in 2020. My youngest one graduated in 2023. So
Nice.
yes.
Well, that's wonderful, that tie and, with your brothers also.
Yes,
But
and-
thank you. That's so interesting. And congratulations once again on getting your doctorate.
Thank you.
All right, April, we're going to go with you. And if you can remember where you were born and raised, your education and brief career to present day.
To present day. So, yes, born and raised in Marion, 1990 grad of Marion High School.
Nice.
Also went to Ball State.
Cool.
Finished my undergrad at Northwood University in Midland, Michigan. My undergrad is in business administration. My master's is in business management. Got that from Indiana Wesleyan. Currently doing my doctoral work at Purdue.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes. So career-wise, I spent about 17 and a half years between city and county government. I worked for probation, worked for the sheriff's department. I was the executive director of the Human Rights Commission for the city of Marion, was also their HR director. Left there, was the HR director for Taylor University for 7.5 years. Then went to IU and was the HR director of IU Kokomo, IU East in Richmond, and IU Southeast in New Albany. And then came here to Marion, and I have the pleasure of serving as their HR director here at Marion Community Schools.
Wow.
That is amazing. What year did you start with Marion Community Schools?
I just started in September 25.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, welcome.
Yep.
That's
I have one
wonderful.
son who's also a graduate. He graduated from Marion in 2018.
So you moved back to Marion, or had you
Always stayed.
and you were commuting all the way to IU for a while?
For IU Kokomo. And
IU
I would
Kokomo.
commute to Richmond and also New Albany down by Louisville.
Wow.
Wow. Well, welcome both of you. That's very interesting.
I'm so impressed with y'all.
I'm very impressed.
I'm like, I need to step my game up,
Yes.
Jesus.
I know. And y'all love to go to school. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm done with school. As soon as I was done at IU, I was just ready to get in the workforce finally. All right. So I would love for each of you to just explain why you chose to work for Marion Community Schools. April, let's go ahead and just start with you first.
Yeah, so I prayed. I'd worked outside in Marion for a long time, then outside of Marion for the last 14 years. I always prayed my last gig would be home, right? I want to come back and serve where I live and where I, so it was great. I wasn't looking for a job when this came open. It was great. I seen it. My mom still works for the school. She's been working for about 42 years, I think, for the schools. And she mentioned that it was open. And I remember being on my commute to work, and I called to see if it was still available. And Stephanie said, yes, it's still available.
Oh, cool.
And so I applied and interviewed, and here we are. So I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to come back and just serve the community who helped build me.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Stephanie.
I think for me, and some similar things with April, for me, Marion was always where I wanted to be. I've always been intrigued by Marion. My parents moved here when I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
So into the city of Marion. So I had some experience with the school, with the people that worked here, just the city itself, what it had to offer, and just the kind of bigger atmosphere than anywhere else in the county. So for me, I mean, just a part in why I chose to be in education. I think for me, it's just a way to serve my community, to create opportunities for kids, and to do something good for the community. So for me, it is my way of giving back, and Marion's just always where I wanted to be to do that.
I love that. So what do you particularly love about Marion Community Schools? After being involved over the years in your own capacities, what stands out that you just love about the school corporation itself?
I love the diversity and the different thinking that is allowed to happen, and the respect that it gets, the commitment of the people that work there, and just the pride that you see. I'd never been into a place before when people introduce themselves and end it with a tagline of what year they graduated from high school.
Oh, cool.
So that just brings a different
That gave me chills.
of pride that people genuinely have
Yes.
for a school system. So for me, it was just the amount of people that have dedicated themselves to doing something great here.
Yeah.
And the kids, I love the kids. And I think for me, the kids remind me why I come into work every day. So I love the fact that our offices are in the hallways. We're out in the hallways during passing period. We both give snacks out to kids. We have things available. So, it's just a great opportunity for us to not only have to lead the adults that are in the corporation, but to still have that connection in those relationships with the kids, which
Yeah.
are the heart and soul of what we do in our jobs every day.
That is so awesome. April, what do you love about MCS?
I love the people at Marion Community Schools have so much pride. They love what they do. You don't get into education if you think you're going to get rich. You get into education because you love
That part.
service. You love shaping the lives of people. I love Marion because we have so much pride. We have so much grit. People
Grit,
count Marion
yes.
out how many times, and we are still here. There is so much. People like to think about the last lynching in Marion, but think about the diversity that we've been able to have, and in the great positions that they've been able to serve in conjunction with some surrounding cities.
That's right.
We are not to be known just for that. While we have to pay homage to what happened, and we have to identify what happened. We are still soaring today. And to go in, sometimes our days get real stressful, and we go and we hit the smaller buildings, and you realize why you do what you do. It's to change and shape lives and give opportunities to kids to go out and do great things.
Yes. Oh, man.
And that's my love. And being on the higher ed level, I used to teach at IU too. So being able to shape, I would teach freshmen, and being able to shape them when they come in and their worldview starts to become their own. They're not living on the politics of their parents or the thoughts of their parents. So it's just loving to be able to shape and give opportunities to students to go out and be the best that they can be.
And April, you're also a neighborhood association leader too. So you're doing great things for our neighborhoods and our community. And
it's fun.
You're doing it. You're doing the gritty work, and we are too in our capacity. So speaking of, when you said that your job gets stressful, the day-to-day, we are interested to know what your day-to-day looks like. What takes up most of your time? Are you got a lot of meetings? Are you dealing with a lot of issues? It's maybe as an HR director.
HR deals with the entire life cycle of the employment. So from start to finish. So from onboarding to coaching to employee relations to recognition to ending the life cycle as far as retirement, like looking at those options too. So HR deals with everything. So any and everything in between.
What a neat way to describe that life cycle. And Stephanie, what do you think takes up most of your time? What does your day-to-day look like?
I think it's different depending on what time of year you're talking about. Now, even with the start of school, and we pretty much have all of our jobs filled, which is a huge accomplishment for us. We've worked really, really hard in working on our retainment and retention of our teachers. So our jobs are filled, and we've worked all summer to prepare for the school year. So as everybody else's year is kind of ramping up, ours is kind of slowing down a little bit. So we have, my day today, we usually start off in the mornings with a little meeting. What do we have going on? Is there something that we need to work on? It can be anything, in my case, from finances to maintenance to facilities to hiring to curriculum, whatever comes to play. So a lot of it just depends on what's going on. But I think for our part, one thing that we tend to focus on is what our 6 focus goals are for the corporation and what we want to do, and then our 3 major goals for the year. So for me, everything we do and every decision that we make has to end with the premise that kids come first.
Yes.
And then the second part of that is, in order for our kids to come first, we need to make sure that our employees feel supported and have the tools and the resources that they need in order to do the jobs that we have hired them to do. That's our teachers, that's our support staff, that's anyone else in the building. And then the third thing that we're working really hard on is, how can we create that culture where everybody feels safe, feels supported, and feels comfortable
and feel seen.
And seen. Seen and have a voice. That's a very good way, because we talk a lot about people having their voice. So I think for us, it comes from transparency and teaching people how to communicate. So a lot of things that we have worked on is, we did a 4-day boot camp with our administrators this year.
Oh, nice.
What are our expectations? Talking to them about, what is your purpose? So know what your purpose is all the time, because when you know what your purpose is, that helps you move forward. So alignment, collaborating, making sure that we're all working towards the same end goal. So those are a lot of things that we've worked on. We've spoken with our custodians, our secretaries, and we just putting out that same message of what we want to do at Marion Community Schools and how we want to improve the educational opportunities for all of our students. So our days for the rest of the year will look in conjunction with setting out those first expectations.
Nice.
So
I love that.
Visibility is huge. We both make huge efforts in being out in the buildings as much as we can during the week. I think it's important for the teachers and the kids and the families to know who we are and to be out and to be visible. They feel more supported when they see us out. And then doing the day-to-day stuff that we have to do that may not be the most fun stuff to do, but we have to do to make sure the corporation runs.
Well, thank you for just explaining that. And I love that you had a boot camp. And how many people were involved in that when you said administrators?
So it was all of our principals and most of our assistant principals in that boot camp.
And it was a 4-day program.
And we had a 1-day for our secretaries on that staff, and we talked to them. We're going to bring them all back together on Monday to have a kickoff breakfast, and we've got some special fun things for them. And
where does that usually take place, or the boot camp? Where did that take place?
It took place at the high school, because our district offices are at the high school, so we did it in the library. So overall, Marion Community Schools employs about 750 people.
Wow.
So we, like April said, we'll do a kickoff breakfast on Monday for them, and then we'll meet everybody in the auditorium. So I will speak, or we will speak for about 20 to 30 minutes, just kind of a kickoff. I always like to celebrate the good things that have happened in the past, what our goals are for the year, what things look like, go over a few housekeeping things, and then kind of cut them loose into their buildings. You know, teachers get anxious to get ready for the kids to come in on Wednesday, and the principals have their own meetings that they have to run. But I think it's great in the morning just to give teachers a time when they first come back, just to get reacquainted, talk to each other, see how their summers went, and just kind of have a nice, relaxing start into what they're getting ready to do. Because the reality of it is their jobs are hard.
Yes, it is.
They're hard.
Yeah.
Anytime you work
so
with
underpaid.
people, and their jobs are hard. And I think recognizing that and letting them know that what they do is valued, and that the efforts that they give are recognized and their voices are heard, I think is important for all of our staff, not just teachers.
Right.
It is. We want to build culture so
Absolutely.
that, just like she said, so that every employee feels seen, heard, and they are psychologically safe.
And that will trickle down to how the students feel. You know, if your staff feels it, then your students are going to feel it. So
Yes.
How Marion Works is sponsored by the City of Marion. This podcast covers the inner workings of city government to better serve you.
Well, we just want to take a real quick break to invite you to subscribe to How Marion Works through your favorite platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, and many more popular platforms. We encourage you to follow How Marion Works wherever you choose to listen, or find all of our episodes at howmarionworks.com. So before we do another quick icebreaker, you guys are just getting into your school season, your new semester, the whole school year. And so by the time this podcast airs, that will be on August 17th. So you will have already had a couple of weeks in. I just want to make sure you knew that. And I have more questions in the second segment, so I just wanted to go ahead and have that break, and Lillian, you can take it away.
Before I do my little icebreaker, I just want to say we had a lot of great guests on this show, so I'm not knocking anybody who's been on here before, but this is the first time I ever felt like this was an anointed.
This is awesome
interview, because I'm about to cry. I'm ready. I'm looking for a tambourine. I want to have church with y'all.
Yeah. I have to say,
I feel motivated. I'm like, okay, I have no excuse not to get on the ball on the things that been working on my own side. I almost say sidebar career, the things I'm doing besides working for the city, things I'm desired and God has anointed me to do. Man,
let's go.
You too.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what, I think people underestimate the power that Marion Community School has and the power of our students. I truly believe that in my position, I think this is why April and I work so well together, because I think we are on the same page with this. It really is. We really are servants to our community, and our kids are amazing. They are absolutely amazing. I think I'm very much underrated, and they have the potential to do absolutely great things. It is our job to give them the courage and the tools and the resources that they need to go out and conquer anything they want to conquer, because they can do it. They can do it, absolutely. So for me, I honestly just couldn't imagine myself ever doing anything else than what I'm doing. So that it just fills my cup and brings me joy. It brings me joy when you see kids that get that light bulb that turns on for the first time, where they're finally getting something, whether it is academically or whether it's social or emotionally, you know, because where else in your life are you going to be stuck in a building with 500 people your age or 1,000 people your age and have to sit there for 7 hours? Never. So the amount of social skills that kids learn, and just to watch how the kids interact and support one another. Like, I love watching the band will have a night performance when they're done with all their marching band stuff and do their show that they do. The athletes will be there and support them. You know, they go to the unified games, just the way our kids support one another. They go to the fine arts programs, and, you know, the fine arts kids go to the athletic programs. It is just an amazing community to watch how kids develop. And, you know, in our building, even from their 9th grade year to their 12th grade year, but from a whole corporation standpoint, watch how they develop from coming in at 3 to 5 years old in preschool or kindergarten, and then watch what they're able to become by the time they graduate. to me is the most amazing thing that I could be a part of.
You just feel blessed
Yeah.
on a day-to-day
absolutely.
basis.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can see it. And the way you two talk about this, I can see and feel the passion and the love that y'all have. It's not just a job for y'all.
No.
This is a way of life for y'all.
It is.
Servant leadership.
And the amazing thing is all of our kids are graduated.
Right.
They're all adults. They all are graduated. We have nothing more to get out of what we do than to serve our community and help our kids.
And perpetuate that.
the
That's
next generation of our community members. And we talk a lot about community because we all belong to a ton of different communities. Your family's a community, your church, the community you live in, the neighborhood you live in is a smaller community.
Where you work.
School is a community, they're clubs. So it's part, I think, of our mission too, is teaching kids how you maneuver in and out of all those different communities and how you become a part, because we do all have a choice. We're all going to be a part of a community, whether we like it or not.
Oh, yeah.
Whether or not we are an active member of that community is our choice.
Right.
So let's teach our kids how to become active members of our community so we can strengthen it.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I know it's supposed to be an icebreaker.
No,
No,
You're good.
sorry.
I get to sit back
You got
and
me going, and I can talk for.
Well, y'all got me going, so that's why I was like, I had to get it out. So I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, now back to my job. Okay, here we go. Layla, you ready?
Okay.
Now, see, maybe we're talking about glasses and readers, and I'm doing.
I can't give you mine.
Here's mine.
Although we both have stigmatism.
Hey,
Hey, there it is.
1.25.
Those are 7.5s, 1.75.
Okay.
Oh my.
Okay, that's a shame that we know numbers like that. Okay, there it is. All right, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay, Layla, ready?
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather have everything you think? Oh, see, that's why I can't see y'all. Okay, would you rather have everything you say? Everything you think come out?
Okay. Out loud?
Or would you rather it to be posted on social media?
Oh man, that's an easy question. That's an easy answer.
And for a week.
For a week.
For a whole week. Everything you're thinking comes out of your mouth. Or everything you're thinking, it just instantly goes on social media for a week. Which one would you rather?
Out loud for a week. I do not want things to be on social media because social media is forever. Yes, so even if you delete it, it's still forever
still
because
there.
people find ways. But I don't know. I would just do it, get it over with.
Just say it. Just say it.
We all went through it. We all had to say what we were thinking when we were young, right? Because that's what we did when we were kids, and we learned the hard way when we said something that was unkind
You
or
had no censor when you were
stupid.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, for me, it's easy. I grew up in a world where there was not social media yet.
Same.
So we didn't have cell phones, so no text messaging, no social media. I do think you made an important point by saying that once it is on social media, that it is forever. And once you say it, you can give yourself the grace to grow and change your thought patterns, which I think is important. But it's hard to change a thought pattern that's out there for everybody to create their own opinion on.
Right.
So, I mean, I would agree. I think I would rather have everything I said.
Just out loud.
Yeah. I am not a big social media person. And I think part of that is my age. I do have a Facebook account, but that's because my children have one. And, but So I'm not
out
a big
loud.
poster. Yeah.
What about you,
I
April?
would definitely have to say it would have to be out loud. But what you all didn't say was everything I think. Did that mean my filter was on?
No, your filter is off.
Everything you're thinking.
I am
everything
HR.
you're
I'm looking
thinking.
at every
Everything. No, that filter
That's a
is
great
off.
question.
Do you have a filter?
I do. Yeah, I do. I can pretty much control what comes out of my mouth, but my face needs deliverance.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Your face says something else.
My face will tell a story.
I agree with the
I'm
three of you
working on
ladies.
that. But it would definitely have to be what comes out of my mouth and not on social media, because then I would have the opportunity to come back and apologize and reset.
Yes.
But I'm with Stephanie. We didn't have social media, and praise God. To know if we were home or not, you'd have to go by our house to see if our bicycle was outside.
That's
That's
right.
how we knew when we were home.
All of us.
or the street
when
light
we were
was
growing
on.
up.
The street light, we were all flying home.
Oh, yeah.
See, I graduated class of 92. So
Okay.
not 92, but 90 also.
90 also.
Okay.
But yes, just let it come out.
Yeah.
I don't want on social media because even if I could delete it, somebody's going to screenshot it. Like, but
That
you
screenshot
said
ministry
this.
is a whole active ministry.
Yes, it is. And so, no, I'd just rather just say it out loud because whoever I say it out loud to is that individual. And they can't prove I said that.
Well, and social media is almost like the telephone game.
Yes.
Like you said, they can take a piece of it and twist it into something
Yes,
else that
that's
wasn't
true.
anything intentionally that you meant
No,
to say.
not at
So
all.
then by the time they're done with it and people have massaged it into what they wanted to say,
Yes.
it's something completely different than what you started
Yeah.
off meaning.
Absolutely.
So.
I'd be like, ooh, that's stink. And I was like, oh, see, she said we stink. That's not what I said.
That's right. That's
I was
right.
talking about the air.
So you might as well just say what you're thinking.
Yes.
Say it
And
and get it out.
it comes from the horse's mouth, as they say.
Yes.
All right, we're going to get into some fun programs that you might want to promote. If you guys want to talk about anything that's going on right now that you wish to promote that's going on at MCS.
Yeah. We've got a lot of things that we have tried to, opportunities, I will call them, that we have given our kids. We have extended even our summer school at the end, during the summer. Used to be summer school was if you weren't kind of cutting it, then you had to come in and do reading and math again. So
Okay.
this past summer, and actually the past 4 or 5 summers, we do robotics camp, we do STEMS camp, and
nice.
different things like that. So this past year, we have a partnership with Nearspace. So Nearspace is a company that puts satellites up in space for NASA, and they're based out of Upland. So they come in 3 times a year and they do balloon launches with our students. And these are our 5 through 8 students. And they do balloon launches. So the kids are given a prompt and they put together these satellites and they put together things that they think could survive up in space.
Oh, wow.
And then they launch it. So they're able to track the balloon. They are able to track the area that it's going in. There's a lot of math that goes into play. And then one of our employees follows the tracking of the balloon. And then when it hits the ground, they pick it up. And then they come back and they can read all the information that comes from
Wow.
there. So there is a lot of critical thinking, a lot of problem solving, and a lot of different things that go into that. So
That's great.
And as Nearspace is enhancing their educational opportunities, we're partnering alongside with them as well. So another program that we have worked with in our K through 8 is WowZed. WowZed is a STEM and science-based company that does a lot of modules and a lot of kits. It was started by Steve Wozniak, which he was one of the original inventors of Apple.
Yes, I knew that name was familiar.
Okay.
So our kids as young as kindergarten are working with animation. They are working with drones. They're coding. They are working with virtual reality, augmented reality, and how that fits into their world. I am a firm believer with technology that we have kind of almost a duty or an obligation to teach our kids appropriate uses of technology because they're going to use it anyway. I mean, they're going to use it. And if we don't teach them appropriate ways to use that technology, then they're going to learn from their friends or they're going to learn from
Right.
somebody else. And that's where some inappropriateness can come into play.
Yeah.
So our STEM programming, we have built tremendously over the past 3 years. And I'm really proud of it. The amount of students that we have participating in robotics. We have even taken those robotics teams into our unified teams. So we have groups of special education students that are able to compete and participate in building robots and then going through these activities that they're making the robots do through coding and different things like that. So
Wow.
I'm pretty proud of that. I think anything that we can do to have kids stay creative. I mean, for me, that is so important. Some of the other things that we have done, academically over the past 4 years, we have continued to raise our I Read 3 scores at exponential numbers.
Oh, wow, yes.
Congratulations.
Francis Slocum was taken off of academic kind of watch or
Yes.
CSI school in 1 year. They had made so much progress, and we have been able to sustain and continue to grow that progress in each one of our 4 elementary schools over the past 4 years, which has been wonderful for us. Our focus now is a lot on 5 through 8. We've got some work to do there, so we are throwing in some more supports. We were awarded a pretty large grant at those grade levels. So over the next 4 years, putting in a lot of support for our teachers, a lot of training, a lot of support for our students, and including even more exploration block time where kids are really going to dive into evaluating and looking at different career paths, different job availability that is here even in our own community.
That's great.
And kind of helping them select those paths that they want to take. So in continuing to just not have them feel like they're pigeonholed to do something, but they don't quite know what that is to do, but give them some opportunities to explore some different avenues and look and see what they're doing. So at the high school, what can I say about the high school? You know, our high school, and between our high school and our Grant County Regional Center, we offer over 70 opportunities for kids to earn some sort of certification or dual credit. We do offer more college credit availability than any other high school in the county.
Wow.
And, you know, we had 3 students. Out of 3 students, they were accepted into 5 Ivy League schools going into this school year. So we have 3 of our past graduates from 2026 going to Ivy League schools starting in the fall here. So starting this upcoming
amazing.
month. So on top of that, the amount of students that we have earning certification and leaving high school and going into well-paid jobs is growing every year. So we take pride in what we are doing and the partnerships that we are making to create those opportunities that are going to help our students be able to live and be able to function and be able to give back. So then the last program at the high school, and then I don't know if you can add anything else, but we are part of the RECON grant, which is rural, which sounds funny, but rural early college. So we are working towards the credentials that we need to be named an early college high school. So we have so many things, I think, going on. And even with our changes that we have made, that we have a new athletic director that has really poured into what our athletic programming looks like and trying to bring that back to life and just being able to properly highlight all of the accomplishments of our coaches and our student athletes as well. So
that's big too. Talk about athletics. Talk about any of the sports that you would want to promote or that you want to give a shout out to.
I want to give a shout out to all of our
and that's kind of where I'm at too. You know, the funny thing about it is we actually go to a lot of the kids' activities. I enjoy watching them perform. So, you know, our teams have been working hard all summer, probably the hardest I've seen them work in a long time. They've been to camps, they've been coming in and just working on continuing to build what we've got going on in our programming. I know that Nate Larson, our new athletic director, he had a meeting at the end of June with all the varsity coaches and just kind of laid out expectations and talked to them and to find out what their needs were and, you know, what their expectations were. And, you know, April and I went to that meeting. I thought it was a great meeting. And I think that what I really like seeing is that collaboration come to play.
Yes.
And everybody feeling comfortable to speak about how can we work together to create the most for our students. And I think that's important for our coaches because we are not a big enough school that we just have kids that play football or we just have kids that play basketball or girls that play soccer or girls that play volleyball. We share athletes, and I think that's important for our coaches to be on the same page at the same time with that.
And I will add to that because as we were interviewing, because, you know, we got a new basketball coach. We had the great James Blackman for a number of years, and he did a wonderful job, and he's retired now. We wish him all the best. We did hire another 1990 grad of Marion High School, Johnny Williams. Johnny had experience on both high school and college level. So he's come back here to serve his community well, and he worked the guys out, and they entered the IWU shootout and won the entire thing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's fun.
So it's fun. But as we were going through those interviews to fill those positions for coaching, that was one of the biggest questions that came up was, what do you feel like for your student? Do you want your athlete just to play your sport or all? And every one of them wanted those athletes to be able to do multi-sports. And they want to support them in those ways.
I think another thing they focused on too, you made me think that was really impressive to me was it's not just about building a student athlete, but it's about building young men and women of character that can go out and conquer everything.
Yeah.
So there's way more to it than just good athletes, because I think that good attitude and that character and just being good people.
That's right.
Yeah,
Our
you can
coaches are
kinda-
teaching them not only how to win, but also how to lose, how to navigate life.
Right,
They're
that's
really
true.
pouring into, they want to be mentors and people of support to their athletes. And that's what we want. We want to hire leaders who want to pour into our kids.
Yeah. And with kindness. I mean, I think
kindness.
for me, the older I get, and maybe it's my age, but it's like sometimes I think that people lack a little kindness. So, you wake up every day and you just try to conquer things in the kindest way you possibly can and be reflective. And I think in leadership, that's what I try to do. And I think we reflect a lot together on what is this like. And, not to say we never get frustrated. We're human.
Right.
I mean, that just happens. That's life. But how do we manage that? And what are our resources and our tools we can use so that if we are upset or we are angry, our kind of demeanor doesn't escalate somebody else and we can get things done. But for me, it's just about what can we do to just lead with kindness, but yet accountability
simple.
and get things done.
Yeah.
So, I'm a firm believer everybody gets up and wants to be
With
the
good
best
intention,
versions of themselves every day. They're where they're at in life may not meet where I'm at in life. So maybe our expectations aren't the same, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't respect the person beside me always.
That's right.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm just very, I'm fascinated with everything. Your values, first of all, what you are trying to instill in each and every one of your students. But I've always just been fascinated with Marion and all that you offer, like even the aviation program. I knew about the robotics, which is still fairly new, but it's just growing, and technologically it's growing, and you seem to have a really good handle on it because you can kind of let technology get carried away. But and I also just wanted to mention that I'm a very firm believer in the public school system. Lillian and I didn't go to Marion High School, but we each went to the public schools, and I'm a firm believer in that type of education.
Me too.
So what would be a great way for the public to keep up on everything that you're doing? What is it, the website that they should go to? Should they check out your Facebook or your other socials?
I'd probably have to say a little bit of
Everything.
all of it. Yeah, a little bit of
Yes.
all of it. So there is a Marion High School Facebook page. There is the Marion Community Schools website, corporation. Some of the each school has their own Facebook page. So depending on if you have kids in elementary schools, you can follow each one of those.
That's great.
Parent
board
Square is
meetings?
another.
Yeah, Parent Square is a big one if you have
Oh,
a student
cool.
in Marion Community Schools. And all of our people use Parent Square. Our teachers, our coaches, our
bus drivers
club
are even
teachers, our bus
communicating
drivers. That's how they communicate with parents about transportation,
Yeah.
all different kinds of things. So this will be our second year with Parent Square. And Parent Square, I think, has been a huge game changer for
good.
us. But, our board meetings are also live. So
Yes.
you can get on our website and connect to our board meetings and watch our board meetings. Come informed. If there's a way that you would like to see us communicate that we are not communicating, don't be afraid to shoot us an email or
Right.
to ask or
Right.
just this is the community school system as well, and we just want to be good partners with our community to create the best we can.
That's great. What's happening with the online school program? Is that something that's happening or not?
No, it is. We did start a virtual school. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not. It's not my first choice.
Right,
I will
right.
say that it's not my first choice. I think it takes a student with a lot of support, a lot of self-discipline to be successful at just virtual school. And I'm talking about,
Yes,
so
yeah.
most virtual schools will put you on a program and it's kind of up to you to get it done. When you get it done, you're done with the class.
Yeah.
But the other part of that is virtual school is also not going anywhere. And we have a large number of students that live in Marion District that attend a virtual school somewhere else.
That's exactly why I was thinking it would be a good thing. And I even mentioned it to a friend of mine that lives out of the county. It's like, is that possible?
It is possible. And we do have some students that have signed out outside of our boundaries for our virtual school program. Now, we've put a little bit of different twist to it. We have hired our teachers to teach virtual school. So our kids, especially the younger level kids, are going to get that face-to-face instruction.
Good.
It is going to be run out of the Marion One Center, which is the former Boys and Girls Club. Once that building is updated and done, which probably won't be until the 1st of November. But we're going to have opportunities for kids to come in and get help during the week, some open office hours. We're going to have opportunities for kids to get some social emotional needs that they may need. So we really looked at how we could take virtual school and give the student the same options that they would have inside our walls too. And I'll be honest with you, if it were up to me, hopefully there are some things that we could get them to participate in that's going on inside of our buildings. And work on that piece as well. So this will be our first year for our full-fledged virtual school. I think right now, K through 12, we have probably about 50 or plus kids signed up for it. And we're expecting that to grow. It's growing more now that people are really starting to register for school, and I think the word is getting out more about the virtual school.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, college classes became online, and then all of a sudden it's like it opens this door. And I realize that there are some scenarios to where it might be best appropriate for that time, but maybe it could be just for 1 year to see how it goes.
And I want to be able to provide students an option. There are some classes that just don't work well virtually. Like if you're taking a science class where you're going to do a lot of exploration things or a lot of experiments or things like that, there really isn't a good virtual option for that. But if we could do some where they're taking maybe some classes online or some classes where they come in and we have a lot more flexibility in how we can offer classes to students that way when we have a virtual school.
Well, that's very good. I mean, you have to think of all the scenarios and really stay on top of things. And I appreciate you explaining that. It was something that was just out of the box, just very interesting, very curious to know how that was going. So I appreciate that. Was there anything else that you wanted to mention? Honestly, when you're out of the office, what do you like to do? What are your hobbies? I'm curious to know.
What are my hobbies?
Do you have any hobbies? Do you have?
I go to athletic events.
Well, that's
Marion
good.
Community Schools is Dr. Lockwood's life.
But that's her life.
No, and I do have 4 kids. My oldest son lives in Fort Wayne. My second son just bought a house in Muncie. I have a daughter that lives in Indianapolis, and I have a daughter that goes to school in California. Wow. So I do like to travel. I spend a lot of time with my family. It's funny. I live on a cul-de-sac in Marion, and my aunt is next door. My brother-in-law and nephew live across the street, and my mom and dad are right down the street. So it's kind of like my whole family on the same block. I'm very family-oriented. My brother, I have a brother that still lives in Marion and one in Indianapolis. So I would say, I like to be around family. I like to eat good food, and I just like that. So that's probably and good friends. So that's what I do.
You'll have to try the new Yolanda's right over here.
We already ate there.
Oh, did you eat there? Great.
So good.
We did. We ate there this
10
week.
out of 10. We recommend.
I would say the other
absolutely.
thing, I'm an avid reader. I like to read.
Nice.
So so those would be my biggest hobbies.
How do you have time to read?
I find it.
Good.
So
that's great. Balance is what it's all about. April, do you have any hobbies?
It's service. So, in addition to the service I get to provide to the school, I'm also the president of my sorority.
Great. Yeah.
We're the Omicron Phi Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We're a Kokomo-based chapter. And there are several Marion members that are over there. So that takes my time. Neighborhood Association president.
There you go.
I, too, live in a family area. My mom lives next door to me.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
My 2 best friends, one lives across the street who serves as my vice president for Neighborhood Association, and my other best friend lives next door to my mom on the other side. She serves as our secretary treasurer of neighborhood association. So I love spending time with my family and my friends, and just service is it. School's my hobby right now.
Yeah, you're going to school.
Education.
Continue your education. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that also. But honestly, if you didn't have anything else to mention, I will wrap up our show. But thank you for everything that you're
thank
doing.
you for the platform. There are so
absolutely.
many things that go on that are great at
You
Marion
could keep
Community
on
Schools.
going.
So many opportunities that people think, you have that in Marion?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And we want your kids.
And
we want to make sure that they're getting the best education ever. And at the helm of Dr. Lockwood, you have not another person who has a heart for kids and just wants what's best for kids.
Yeah.
Right.
And I echo that. I mean, we just want to make it known. We want people to realize the great thing that is there and the possibilities of our students. Because in my opinion, we've got the best students out there. So I love our kids, and I just think they do a great job, and they do some amazing things. And every time I go watch them play ball or perform, I get goosebumps, and I'm just like, wow.
Like, these are my babies.
Oh
It's
my
almost
gosh,
like watching
it's just
your
like,
own
wow.
kids out there because you're so proud.
But it is, I want people to see Marion Community Schools for what Marion Community Schools is truly offering the kids in the community.
Yeah.
And if I
Thank
can,
you.
just one last thing, I want to give a shout out to every employee we have. Our
Absolutely.
bus drivers do amazing things. They carry our precious cargo.
Yeah.
Mr. Von Jackson is our director of transportation. He's done some great things down there, and that staff is amazing. Like it's not everybody's ministry to be able to drive a school bus
No,
for
it is
kids,
not.
right? They do a
Yes.
hard work. So I appreciate every one of them, all of our custodians who keep our facilities clean and safe for our kids, all of our SROs. We also hired Jeff Wallace. He is our new safety director.
Oh, great.
And he's going to come in and do some incredible things. All of our secretarial staff, all of our teachers, instructional coaches, principal, everybody in the
Our
school.
cafeteria
Our
workers.
cafeteria workers.
that's
Teal
a handful
does,
right there.
Teal does a phenomenal job. They're cooking the full breakfast.
They're cooking the full
Oh, wow.
breakfast. And they don't even stop. They
Yeah.
continue these school programs in the summer where they can make sure that these kids, if there's any food insecurities, that Marion is a place of care. And that's just what we want. We want the best.
Yes.
So thanks for allowing us to share this
Yes,
platform.
thank you.
Absolutely. We have some athletics that are coming up. What's the next season that you'll be attending those games?
Oh, it'll be football.
Football.
And soccer, and volleyball is in the fall, and cross country.
So
And
speaking
tennis.
of,
And tennis.
we have the Buck Sports Family Complex.
Yes.
And that ribbon cutting and grand opening is going to happen on August 23rd at 4 p.m. in Motter Park.
We will be there.
Yeah. I mean, there will
I know
be,
y'all.
you guys will be there, and you played a great part in this. And I hope to see some athletic, activities out there, maybe some tournaments out
Yes.
there. Is that planned?
They talked about it at the Alumni Association meeting that we just had this last week. So they got with Mr. Larson, and he's going to talk to our coaches and our athletes and see
That's
if we can
great.
get some athletes out there to utilize, or so people can see them utilizing the space out there. So it's a really nice
Awesome.
space if
It
people
is.
haven't been out there. It is. I just love, I think we have a great park. So I just
beautiful
love
park.
having that space out there in some place
Yeah.
that is positive for people to go to.
The Parks Department does an amazing job.
They do.
keeping
Yes,
all
they
those
really
things
do.
Yes,
open.
they do.
They
Shout
do.
out.
Shout out to the Alumni Association, to Mark Fowler. They're
Absolutely.
Shout out.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well,
Yes.
we will probably see you out there for that ribbon cutting and grand opening, but we just appreciate you being on the show today, and thank you for everything.
Thank you
thanks
very
for
much.
having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for making How Marion Works a part of your day. Find us on Apple, Spotify, and many more platforms. Episodes release every other Monday at 5 a.m., so follow us on your favorite place for podcasts. For Stephanie Lockwood, April Evans, and Lillian Harshaw, I'm Layla Price-Bodkin, and this has been a standout edition of How Marion Works.
Thank you for listening to the How Marion Works podcast. We hope you'll join us next time.